What's up, 60 Gang? It's your boy Doug. January 31st, last day of January. I'm here at the parts department picking up some parts for a customer. Just analyzing my competition because we all up here at the same time. And some of them are just so dumb. One of them don't even know what parts he's looking for. One of them ordered the shit and he didn't click to pick it up. It's being shipped to him. He's standing there waiting on the parts to come out the door. If you don't click pick up, then they ship it to you. Another guy don't know what his number is. Another guy don't have an account. It's stupid. I see why I'm in the business now, and people be telling me stories about my competition, how they don't know what they're doing, tearing shit all apart. Now they don't do something, or they call them in to fix one thing, and then it's got another problem. I see why these motherfuckers are calling me, because they some dumb bitches, man. Some of the guys order parts they don't even fucking need. I'm looking at this guy right here.
Check out empty phone.
He ordered some
Please
shit.
hold while I try to connect you.
They ordered everything. And I know damn well he's not going to use it. You can't tell him nothing. So it was a rough day yesterday. I had
Thank you for calling Georgia.
a one that
This is LaShawn.
I ordered the right part for, and the problem is whoever worked on it before me bootlegged it to work. You understand what I'm saying? So he put in a part that wasn't supposed to be in there, cut the wires and shit, and forced the part that I'm trying to replace to work. So when the shit broke down again, I'm ordering the part that it's supposed to go in there. And I get there to put the part in, and he done modified everything. Shit don't fucking work. And I'm sitting in there looking at my competition, LaShawn, at the parts department. You want to call me back?
What happened? What's going on?
And I'm looking at my competition and seeing how I'm at the parts department where all of us show up at. They so stupid.
And why are they all showing up there? What's going on?
We all get our parts.
Oh, to get your parts from one place. Right. Is that Encompass or something?
Yeah, and so they be pulling up, right? I'm standing in line, waiting my turn. I'm looking at the ones in front of me. First one, he ordered parts. He didn't click that he was going to pick it up. So they shipped it to him. He's standing there waiting on the shit. And she checked the order. She said, your order's not here. It's been shipped. And he didn't figure out what it was that he haven't shipped. And then he had to go outside and see if he already had it. And then the next guy, he didn't know what it was he was coming to pick up. And I'm like, what the
Did you get yours?
I got mine.
Oh.
The next guy, he had an order. And then he wasn't sure if he had all the parts in the order. She had to go through his account number and see if everything he got was here. And then he was returning shit. And then he looks like he be ordering shit that he don't need. It looked like he returned more shit than he need. Like if he only need one part, it seems like he ordering more to fix one thing than he need. And he's got all these parts still sealed in the box, where it must have been that he took the parts all out there, found out he didn't need but half of them or one of them, and now you got 6 boxes in line returning them because he didn't need them in the first place. I'm like, look at my competition. No wonder I'm doing so well. These guys, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what parts they order. They don't know where the part at. They don't know their account number. They don't know shit. I'm in and out. When it's my turn, I'm in and out. Go ahead.
They hang up. I'm going to call you from the landline.
They don't know a damn thing. It's embarrassing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, we all show up at the same thing. And what make it so bad, right? They don't open to 8:30, so I'm sitting I've been there, and they pulling up, getting in front of me, standing in line for 20, 25 minutes so they can be in front of me. And then you wait and see what all their issues are. And I'm like, listen to these motherfuckers. But yeah, I'm like, they some dumb fuckers, man. I just knew they were dumb for. I was last in line. And I was like, I gotta listen to all this stupid shit. And sure enough, then one dummy after the next. They don't have their shit together. And I don't know. What the one guy said? He said, he's showing her the order. She said, what's your part number? I don't know. You ordered this shit? No. Oh. See why they calling me. And Armors, they just getting happy with it now. And they pay the most. The one that have the credit card.
Mm-hmm.
I told them
to go through the that's the warranty people.
Right. I told them they asked me would I like to have them come and check. I said sure. Now they're gonna mail them to me. That way.
Oh really? Yeah. But pay, that's gonna take a longer.
It takes longer, but guess what? I get all the money.
All of the money.
Okay. I'd rather wait on it than give Square $8, $9 per pop. You know what I'm saying?
And was they turned on?
Say that again?
Was they turned on? Well, how long it take for the check to get to you?
About 10, 15 days. It doesn't matter as long as I get every dime. That's what I want. I want every dime. Square makes $7, $8 a pop. I can't. That shit adds up. I'm trying to get nobody my fucking money. You feel me? I'm trying to get married. I need every fucking dime.
Understood.
I'm on 316 headed into crowded ass 85 South. I'm going right to the middle. Oh, let's see. I'm going to 85 to 285 over there by Peachtree Industrial because I got to go to Camp Creek. I mean, is it Camp Creek? You know Camp Creek. That's it's still College Park.
Okay.
It's gonna take a while to get over there. Ain't in no rush. And then later on tonight, babe, what's 30349? Zip code. It says Atlanta, but what is it really?
Atlanta. It's just saying Atlanta.
It's a who?
Hold on. It's saying Clayton County School, Fulton County.
30349 Jonesboro.
Yeah, Atlanta is the capital U.S.
Probably Jonesboro, Riverdale, 1 or 2.
Yeah. What county is College Park? 30349.
I'm going to College Park.
Fulton County, Atlanta. Yeah, Fulton County, Atlanta. It's not saying what county am I in? 30349. Fulton County. It's just giving me the county.
It's just giving you the county?
College Park. Yeah. County is College Park.
Let me see.
Fulton and Clayton. College Park is in the city of Fulton and Clayton counties.
You mean to tell me I'm going back where I'm at later on today?
Yeah, because you say you have to.
Let me see. It says, let me make sure. It says 30349, 5644 Pine Gate Drive. 5644 Pine Gate Drive, 30349. So I'm going back to College Park later on tonight. This
Hey, my charger is hot.
5644 Pine Lake Drive is in. This guy with his fucking Dodge Cat Pack jumping traffic. So I'm going 5644 Pine Lake Drive. Pine Gate Drive. So I'm going to Riverdale. That's Riverdale. Down by the airport.
What time is it now?
It is now 9 o'clock, going on 9 o'clock.
8:54.
This says 19 miles, 85, 75 south. It's taking me straight through town, I guess. I'm going straight through town. I thought I was going 285. But it must be a mess. Oh, this motherfucker got 80 ladders on top of his van. They back. He got so many ladders, I don't know if you can go under the bridge, my man. God damn. Now I'm stop and go traffic. What's going on in Johns Creek, whatever you at?
I'm in Johnson Ferry Road.
Johnson Ferry.
Where I work on. No, where I work at on Saturdays. So I'm gonna come right back here tomorrow. The only thing is I don't have that many patients tomorrow, so I should be able to get to my hair appointment at a decent time. I'm over here doing work from Midtown. I mean, this is crazy. I can't be doing all of this. Covering different locations is putting my work so behind.
Yeah.
It's
Why they short? Somebody off? Somebody sick?
No, they let one person go and one person's leaving, so they really
didn't they say they wanted you?
Here. Who? Everybody wants me, baby. Yeah, everybody wants me.
Is it closer to the house?
78 to 285.
Yeah. No, about the same.
I don't like this area. The traffic is stupid. The 285 is stupid, period, for me. I don't like it. But it's all about the same as far as I'm concerned. I mean, 78 to Ponce de Leon to Midtown to Peachtree. Street, I should say, is all its name to me. Nothing. I really don't give a fuck about it. I just get in my car and drive. You know? You don't be like, oh, that's an hour away, that's 2 hours away. I don't know, I just get in my car and drive.
I'm glad I got the right part this time. I swear to God, I got the bootleg pump. It's the only thing gonna work. I can't believe it. So they bought this thing that was already been rebuilt. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they were shot. Anybody ever worked on it? That means that somebody resurrected it, sold it as new. And they couldn't even tell. They bought some used shit and probably paid top dollar for it. And see, only somebody like me can pick it off, you know? I come in there with the right pump and I'm looking at some wrong shit. It's like, and then it wouldn't even fit. It looks so much like it, but it don't fit. If it don't fit, it leak. I was like, damn.
You don't wanna, what's her name, Eva? She said you flooded her whole place.
Then you got to come out of that $1 million insurance claim.
You don't want that.
Either do it right or don't do it at all. But she already paid, so, you build that good relationship because this day will pass and be somewhere else in another Airbnb fixing something else. That's what I'm trying to do. Just like that apartment complex down there behind Amtrak. That's my 4th service call. They done called me 4 times. And they pay good too. They got the credit card. And I charged them motherfucker. I said, you give me the credit card, I have to charge you the inflation bit. Remember that what they call it? Inflation reduction. What do they call this shit? It's actually inflation reduction. What is it called? It's actually a tax. Then if you use a credit card, Joe Biden taxes the transaction, including Square and Cash App. It gets a piece of all of that. So I have to add additional fees for transaction. The race will be here in February, babe. February 21st.
So who?
NASCAR.
Oh yeah? So you wanna go?
Look it up. NASCAR, February 21st. See how much ticket costs.
Let me see. You're not gonna work if it's a Saturday. Oh, that's a Friday. Is it night?
It's gonna be a Sunday, ain't it?
No.
Race on
February 21
Sunday.
is a Friday.
Race on Sunday.
Monday, that's the 23rd.
Okay. Look it up. Put in NASCAR Atlanta Motor Speedway. You know how they got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. See if there's a race on Sunday. Guess we eating that pizza tonight, huh?
Did you put it in the fridge?
Yep. How many slices is it?
You got a lot. I grabbed a lot because it was she bought a lot, and it was not a lot of us, so she spent a lot of money on that. I told her she didn't need to get all that pizza. There's only like 3-4 of us here, and she bought like 7 boxes of pizza. That's crazy. So at the end, she was like, "Take it, see if Doug wants to have something." I was like, I said, "We don't eat Papa John."
Take it to you the pet.
No, she took it to her husband too.
Take
She
it to
took
the
it to her husband, her grandkids. She was giving. She was telling everybody take it. I was like, "I'll feed my bum. I got a bum on the street that I feed." She's like, "No, action is the husband first. Has to be first." I'm like, whatever. We don't eat Papa John. We eat Marcos. She said, "Oh, that's so expensive for my blood." I said, "Marcos is not expensive." She said, "It is." Yeah, just cheap. Alita Motor Speedway start time 3 p.m. February 23. That's a Sunday. I told you that.
How much the tickets?
Oh, I don't know. I just went to the event. Board
Now
to
click
see
tickets.
when it was coming here. Atlanta Motor Speedway.
click tickets, then put it in your credit card. No.
Nope. Remember, we have things to do. NASCAR's not on the list.
Right, click and check. Click.
No. I just paid for a part for a trial that I know I didn't do, but I'm not going back and
You
forth.
did it. I don't be doing that shit.
Like I said, I'm not going back and forth. I know I fit into it. But I need it. So that's the only reason why I didn't fuss or fight. I just
My clothes. Matter of fact, I'm starting hanging my clothes up.
Yeah, and you need to replace the detergent because you used the detergent and you don't replace that.
I used the soap you leave in there.
And you use that, and you leave your fake detergent on the side and use my good detergent. Yes, you do. And then when I go to use my detergent, it's like a little bit. I'm like,
that's you, babe. I don't be using no soap because you use too much soap.
I use my detergent.
You use so much soap, it be dripping out the side of the washing machine. I just scrape it up and put it back in there.
I wash clothes certain days because I know when it's cheaper to wash clothes when it comes to the electricity in the bill. You wash clothes every day. Every day. And you put 2 pieces of articles in the washing machine.
Just turn it on. I don't use no soap.
You don't adjust the load. You just put it all in. It could be a full load cycle, and you put in 2 articles.
Yeah, right. Because I'll be using your soap that you already got in it.
You are missing the point.
Tell me, I know you use too much soap. Your washing machine looks like it's got boogers going down the side. So much soap. I just scrape it up, put it back in there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put that camera on your ass when you wash. We're gonna find out. Spin that bitch around. See who's using what. Babe, I'm coming down by you. I'm almost downtown.
February 3rd is Monday. Oh, that's when the boot, because the boot is supposed to come between the 30th and the 3rd. Hey, man, where's this boot, y'all? I'm tired of this crutch. This crutch is getting on my nerves. It's exhausting walking on this thing. Alright, it's 9 o'clock. I gotta call some people. I love you. I'll call you back. Alright.
Already, you could take that both ways, like someone is making that up or that's real. Because walking up to someone at church like that.
But how did they happen to find a guy sitting in a church by himself?
That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes people just worship or just sit in an empty church. He looked like he was lying down and...
Oh, he was a homeless?
He was like this. He was just like...
Oh.
And I feel like I've seen people just individuals in a lone church like that.
Oh yeah. Are they Catholic people or normal Christians?
In an empty Catholic church. Yeah.
Okay. What a mess. So, I've said once, I said twice, and I've said 1,000 times that our battle is a spiritual battle. It's interesting that the spiritual world is totally different than the physical world. And it's amazing what's the difference between the two worlds. And I've told you that on earth, you don't see anything but hell. Even though we're supposed to take care of the earth, there's nothing but misery and hell. Have you noticed that? And the hell and misery is coming through human beings. And that's because human beings are evil, miserable, and love their hell. And they get false sense of power and so-called wealth from it. And they love their misery. It's crazy. And you see it everywhere now, in every area of life. And it's getting worse. I was thinking about reflecting on this crash, American Airlines jet and the military crash there, the military helicopter that crashed in DC. And last year, or even maybe before that, the year before, I don't know, I don't remember now, time has gone by. And I remember when they had gotten these black people and they were trying to put them in the air traffic control booth, and they were not qualified. They were put there simply because of their color and quote unquote gender. And I'm like, that's amazing that they would take out the qualified white people and put in the non-qualified people and put all of our lives at risk in the sky. Think about that. You want to be able to jump on a plane and not think about the possibility of something happening, right? But now, and for the last 2 to 3 years, you get on a plane and you're very concerned about who is flying the plane. Are they qualified? And when you look and see that it's a non-white male pilot, whether it's a female, whatever race or whatever, you say, oh my God, are they qualified? And you see women in the pilot, in the thing there, cockpit, call themselves about to fly you from Ohio to New York. And you're nervous about it. They don't even look right sitting in a cockpit. They don't look like they can handle it because it's abnormal. And ever since then, they start putting these unqualified people in the cockpit and air traffic control and everything. Hardly a day go by. You do get some days. Hardly a day go by when you don't hear some near miss or something like that, or body parts falling off the airplane body parts. And we've been concerned about this over the last 3 to 4 years. It's amazing to me that human heart, including the government representative, they're no different than anyone else. Their hearts are so wicked. It's more about the money than it is anything else. Everything is about the money. They give me what they call lobbyists, and they go up there to DC and they give the politicians money. According to reports, they give politicians money to represent them in the hearings and things to try to get what they want in there. And so the politicians don't care if it's pharmaceutical or whatever, as long as they make all this money. If they want to give you the wrong kind of pills and now fly airplane, they don't care as long as you give them money to represent you. And they will fight to get your cause in, and they're doing it for the money while pretending they're doing it for you. And that's so apparent now during this confirmation hearing that Trump representatives are going through. You see the angry politicians fighting not to get these people in because they don't want their money to stop. But this is human nature. It's evil. Human nature is evil, and it's worse than what I'm telling you. And human nature put on a fake smile, a fake love, a fake that they care, and they don't at all. And all human nature is like this. That's why we must return to the Father and receive the Father's nature, or new nature. Because our old nature, which is of the mother, and not of her, but the spirit that's in the mother, is evil. I notice how children can be mean and nasty and say little things to hurt the other children and themselves. And then when they become adults, they start hiding it and lying and doing it, but it's the same adult as they were children. Same child, same adult. Y'all don't understand how evil human nature is. And you're not going to understand it until you can admit to yourself. You ain't got to say it out loud to others if you don't want to. But until you can admit that your nature is evil, that you are evil. Your heart is wicked. Isn't that amazing? And the last thing that people can admit is that most people will say that they're good, and there's no good in them. So I'm like, well, what makes you good? Well, I feed the homeless, I go to church, I do this and I do. That doesn't make you good at all. That's not a sign of being good. Zero. If anything, it's a sign that you're evil. And so now, and when I say human nature, I'm talking about all people. Your wife, your husband, your children, your family member, your daddy, your mama, your so-called friends, your preachers, your everybody. And your PhD and FAGs and STD people and everything. Human beings does not have love. It doesn't exist. Not in human nature. You need a brand new nature, and you can and you will receive a brand new nature if you were to work on you. Look at the earth. You can see I'm not making it up. There's nothing good happening on earth right now. It is the Old Testament. It's as though Jesus never came. But fret not. You can live in the new world. You can work on you, and you can be made free and live in the new world, the kingdom of heaven within. There is a God, and there is evil. There is evil. Look around you. Look in your own life. Look how you treat people. You don't have to look that far. Look how you treat people, how you judge people with thoughts and sight and words and gestures and emotions. You judge. You wake up judging and you lay down judging and you don't want to get away from judging. You live off it. And you call it life, but it's death. So this airplane crash, it's no wonder there are questions now were this incident due to DEI. I mean, DEI is everywhere. It's in the air. It's everywhere. So your first thought will be, is that DEI? Will these people qualify? They reported that in D.C. and around the country, really, they said. It's been reported, I don't know, that air traffic controller people, they have taken out the white men who knew what they were doing in air traffic controlling, and they hired all kind of retarded people, mentally ill people, handicapped people, people who can hardly move, midgets and everything. And the qualified men have been taken out. They are putting your life at risk to satisfy their ego. Think about that. It's not like you walking down to a post office or to the market, or you walking down to the bank or somewhere and you run into DEI people. This is in the sky. And you think that these people love you and you trust them. Just because they have a piece of paper called master degree, doctor, lawyer degree, or PhD. It's just a dumb piece of paper with no meaning. And it just makes the people who have the paper egos feel good. They paid a bunch of money for some paper and they run around talking about, oh, I got a PhD. And what they're really telling you that they paid a lot of money for a piece of paper, they still dumb. But you believe them, they say, okay then, you can take this, you can take that. I'm a PhD, I'm telling you what to do. I'm a counselor, I'm a this, I'm a that. And you believe it. You've given up your life. Well, finally, and hopefully we have the right president in our government at least, who's going to work for us and not against us. Because these other people have proven they don't care. It's just about the money. I'm looking at how they yell, especially the females. They're yelling and screaming at the people who are up for confirmation. They're like screaming like angry mamas. I mean, their voices are whiny and loud and irritating. Like they're yelling at their children, which they should not be yelling at the children either. Are you satisfied now that there has been a crash? And it's being reported that it looked like all who were involved in the crash are dead. They have not so far found anyone alive, according to the report. And they have recovered some of the bodies, and they said that those bodies was in their seats, and they had their seatbelt on, so they had no chance to get out.
They didn't even know what hit.
Are you satisfied now with DEI? You still want, if it's true, it's DEI, do you still want DEI? Are you still trying to appease the minorities, so-called minorities, people of color? Are you willing to put your life at risk to make somebody else feel good? NBC News is reporting, this is from NBC News, following the deadly mid-air collision between an American airline jet and a military helicopter, President Donald Trump put the blame on the Federal Aviation Administration Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Program, Watch this from NBC.
Then another article, the Federal Aviation Administration, this was before I got to office, recently, second term. The FAA is actively recruiting workers who suffer severe intellectual disabilities, psychiatric problems, and other mental and physical conditions under a diversity and inclusion hiring initiative spelled out on the agency's website. Can you imagine? These are people that are, I mean, actually their lives are shortened because of the stress that they have. Brilliant people have to be in those positions, and their lives are actually shortened, very substantially shortened, because of the stress, where you have many, many planes coming into one target, and you need a very special talent and a very special genius to be able to do it.
If this is true, this is the people who are working in your air traffic controller booth. And you smiling and getting on the plane and you say, oh, I'm going to make it to my destination, right? I was really thinking about this last night. Not really thinking about it, but reflecting. And I still believe it's so unfortunate, due to fear, that white Americans have cowered down to the so-called people of color and given up America to a point that you're letting these people fly your planes, run your air traffic control company, and put your lives at risk because you're afraid to say no to them for the fear of name calling. Think about that. They've gone from one thing to another. I remember back in the 60s when the so-called civil rights movement started, they were saying to the white people, we want to live in your community. We want to go to your schools. Our schools are not good enough. Your schools are better. And they did that not because they really thought that, but they did it because the so-called civil rights leaders told them that. They were just fine with their schools prior to that. And then they went from that to the so-called Republican government, rightos. They was fighting for it. I wonder how much money was behind it then. And then so the white people gave up their schools and their community. And then they said, we want to go to your cafe. We don't even like soul food cafes now. We want white people cafes. And the white people are like, no, we've already given you this. No, we want to go in your cafe. And the so-called civil rights leader, Jesse Jackson, and Martin Luther King, and all those people, what a mess. They go, we're going to do a set-in. They would go to church and hold a meeting and praise the Lord, saying, we're going to set in tomorrow. We're going to do a sit-in. And they would go sit in on the white people cafes and force them to serve them. Even though it was being reported that white people were spitting in some of the coffee and food, they didn't care. They were trying to control the white people. Till finally the white people gave in under the pressure of the government, to be honest. And then they said, the black would say, we now want affirmative action. We want to go to your school, but we don't want to have to work hard to pass the SAT test, or we don't want to qualify for it. We just want to get in because of our color. And white people are like, no, we have to work hard for it. You should too. We have to take a SAT test. We got to pass the test in order to get in. But black people are like, no, we want to get in because of our color. And finally the white man said yes to that. And then they said, we want to go into your companies and we want to run your companies. We don't want to have to build our own company. We want to run your. And then in the meantime, their community, everything falling apart, the blacks. And then finally, white people caved into the business. Okay, y'all can come in and run our business. And they start going out of business because the service was so bad. And now we're at a point, long story short. Then they said, we want the white woman. You won't give us the white woman. The white man protect his own woman. They won't give it to us because we're black. And the white man said, okay, you can have our white women. And then they want reparation. We want money. We want you to vote us in. And the white man have said, yeah, they thought Obama was the answer. I said, no, don't vote for Obama. Obama is worse than these people. The worst thing that ever happened to the black was the civil rights movement. And it's even, because there's no such thing as civil rights, by the way. But, and now we're at a point where airplanes are falling from the sky. And it appears, I don't know yet, it appears to be because of DEI. I don't know yet. 888-77-53773. Human nature is evil. Human beings are evil. No one knows the heart and how wicked it is. Back in a moment. You can't run from evil within yourself or outside of self. You got to deal with it. And you need good in order to deal with evil. And God is good. You need to return to the Father. And you'll see within you, He will fight the battle for you. And He will fight it without. Because He will show you how to deal with it.
To be Jewish in America, it's the best it's ever been. I get to be a white guy. It's awesome.
Have you ever met any women who are funny?
My mom was really funny, but the answer is no. No women on earth are funny. It's just black guys and Jews, which is our dynamic, Jesse.
Okay.
Reverend, I feel like I'm doing confession right now.
I got to put you on the hot seat.
I feel like I've been on the hot seat this whole time.